Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. As promised, ito yung part 2 ng solving systems of nonlinear equations using elimination method kung saan i-discuss naman natin yung example 2. Without further ado, let's get this lesson started. So I suggest panoorin mo muna yung part 1. Kung hindi mo pa yun na-review, ilalagay ko yung link dito sa upper right corner ng video na to. So, dito, example 2 na agad yung ating isosolve. Sa example 2, given tayo ng dalawang equations pa din at pareho silang quadratic. Before actually solving, let's identify what kind of conic section will it form kapag ginraph. Yung unang equation, we have x squared plus 2x minus 12 equals 0. Obviously, isa lang yung squared variable, meaning this first equation forms a parabola. Next, for the second equation, meron tayong x squared na naka-plus sa y squared. Pareho yung coefficient ng x squared at y squared, kaya itong equation 2 ay circle. Later, when we graph it, makikita nga natin na yung equation 1 ay parabola and then yung equation 2 circle. Again, pag elimination method, kailangan meron tayong ma-eliminate na term. Kailangan merong term sa equation 1 at equation 2 na coefficient nila ay additive inverse or opposite. Kung mapapansin nyo, sa equation 1 may x squared, sa equation 2 meron ding x squared. So, we can do something sa mga coefficient nila para mamaya kapag inad natin ang equation 1 at 2, makakancel out itong term na to. So, let's use equation 1 na x squared plus 2y minus 12 equals 0. Ang gawin natin, i-multiply natin ito sa negative 1. Negative 1 kasi ang coefficient ng x squared dito sa equation 2 ay positive 1. Ang additive inverse or opposite nun, negative 1. So this will be negative x squared. The middle term will be minus 2y. Tapos yung last term plus 12 equals 0 pa din. And then we can add them. Equation 1, i-add sa equation 2. This time, ang gagawin natin ay yung equation 1 na minultiplyan na natin ng negative 1. Iusod ko lang dito yung minus 2y. Later, you'll know why. Tapos, equation 2, again, pagtatapat-tapatin natin yung mga similar terms or yung mga like terms. Yung x squared, dito siya tatapat. So, nilagyan ko ng space itong part na to sa equation 1 kasi actually, dito natin ilalagay yung y squared. Kasi di ba wala siyang ka-like term sa first equation. Tapos, yung 36 nga pala, ito, itatranspose natin. Nalimutan natin gawin yun. X squared plus y squared. Itong 36 transpose sa kabila. This will be negative 36 equals 0. Kaya ito ay negative 36. Nakahanay siya sa 12 kasi yun yung kanyang like terms. Pareho silang constant. Adding these two equations, makakancel out na tong part na to kasi negative 1 x squared plus positive 1 x squared is 0. Tapos ito y squared na lang kasi wala naman siyang katapat. Same goes with this, bring down din. And then ito i-add natin. We have 12 minus 36, we have negative 24. And then, ito ay quadratic equation ulit. We have to think of a certain way on how to solve this quadratic equation. Again, kung hindi ka na familiar sa mga naging lesson nyo about solving quadratic equations nung grade 9 kayo, ilalagay ko yung link din dito sa upper right corner ng video na to. So for this, we will use factoring method. So gagawa tayo ng box method. Sa box method, kailangan yung first column, ang nasa taas nun ay yung leading term or yung quadratic term. Tapos, dito sa second column, ang nasa taas nun, yung constant na negative 24. Isasama mo yung sign. Now, dahil negative ang 24, kailangan ang factors niya ay isang positive at isang negative. For y squared, let's list the factors of y squared. Wala naman tayong choice. Y yan, tsaka y. As for 24 or negative 24, marami tayong pwedeng choices. Pero start natin sa 8 tsaka 3. So, kunwari dito yung 8, dito yung 3. Again, para malaman kung tama yung set of factors na yan, i-multiply natin sila horizontally. This is 8y, this is negative 3y. Kapag pinag-add sila, this will result to 5y, hindi naman 5y yung middle term. Ibig sabihin, ito ay mali. We have to try a different set of factors for negative 24. Dapat kasi ang magiging sagot dito kapag inad yung dalawang product ay yung middle term which is negative 2y. So let's try using positive 4 and negative 6. Di ba pag pinag-multiply itong dalawa, the answer is negative 24. So y times 4 is 4y. Y times negative 6 is negative 6y. Ayan, pag pinag-add yan, 4 plus negative 6 is negative 2y. Ibig sabihin, ang magkasama sa parenthesis ay ito. We have y minus 6. And then for the second parenthesis, ito namang magka-diagonal, y plus 4. Next thing to do is use the zero product property. Equate both factors to 0. And then isolate the variable. Y will be remained here, negative 6 transpose positive 6. Ito ngayon yung ating y sub 1. Same goes with the other factor. Ito ay y. Positive 4 transpose sa kabila, magiging negative 4. Ibig sabihin, ang ating y sub 2 ay negative 4. So ito yung dalawang values ng y. Ito yung gagamitin natin na pang-substitute either sa equation 1 or 2 para makuha natin yung corresponding x-coordinate ng points of intersection natin. Tuloy tayo sa next slide. Dito isulat natin, again, we have comma 6 and comma 4. Yan yung bubuin natin na points of intersection. So, again, pipili tayo either sa equation 1 or 2 kung saan natin isa-substitute yung values na yan. Pero mukhang dito na lang sa equation 2. So, we have x squared plus y squared equals 36. Again, it's your choice kung saan mo isa-substitute. Pareho lang naman ang magiging sagot niyan. By the way, this is negative 4. So, una, gamitin natin tong y equals 6. So we have x squared plus 6 squared equals 36. Ang 6 squared, that is already 36, equals 36. So transpose this, magiging 36 minus 36. 36 minus 36 is 0. And then we take the square root of the two sides. X here is 0. Ibig sabihin, itong 0 yung kapartner ng 6. Yan, meron na tayong first point of intersection. Sunod naman yung y equals negative 4. Doon ulit natin isa-substitute sa equation 2, doon sa y squared. We have x squared plus negative 4 squared equals 36. Kailangan laging may parenthesis kapag sinasubstitute. So, dito, kailangan pa rin yung parenthesis sa negative 4. Continuing here, meron tayong 16. That's negative 4 squared equals 36. Transpose mo yung 16. This will be 36 minus 16. And when you subtract them, that will result to 20. Taking the square root of 20, we have, ayan, hindi to exact na perfect square. Dalawang choices mo, you can either use the radical form or you can use the decimal form. Kapag radical form ang pinili mo, kailangan simplified radical ang maging sagot. Kung hindi mo natanda kung paano mag-simplify ng radical, andito may separate video tayo kung paano gawin yon. Tapos, kung naman decimal ang sagot mo, kailangan mong i-round off to 2 decimal numbers or to the nearest hundreds. So dito sa part na to, pag kinuhanan natin ng square root ng 20, we will always put plus or minus sign. Kasi kasama sa process yon ng pagkuha ng square root. And then, kapag ginawa natin na simplified radical ito, this will just be 2 square root of 5. Kung paano naging 2 square root of 5, ganito. Yung square root of 20, finactor out ng 4 times 5. Tapos yung 4, kinuhanan ng square root dahil may square root siya. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 5. Tapos, lalagyan lang ng plus minus. Or, kung gusto mo ng decimal, this is plus or minus 4.47. Yan. So, mukhang dalawa ang sagot natin. Dalawa ang x-coordinate kapag ang y natin ay negative 4. So, ibig sabihin yan, guys, tatlo ang ating point of intersection. Yung una ay positive 4.47, yung ka-pair ng negative 4. Tapos sa pangatlo naman, negative 4.47, yung ka-pair ng negative 4. So, nangyayari yon. Nangyayari na pwedeng tatlo or more than 3 ang maging points of intersection depende sa magiging flow ng solution mo as long as your solution is correct. Hindi mo kailangang mamili dyan na dapat dalawa lang or dapat isa lang. You have to consider all the possible answers because all of them are the points of intersection kapag ginraph natin yung dalawang equations. So for example number 2, ito yung ating final answers. We have 3 points of intersection. I-graph lang natin para makita nyo kung paano naging 3 yung points of intersection natin. So dito, kitang-kita naman natin na yung second equation which is yung circle at yung first equation which is the parabola ay nag-intersect sa tatlong points na ito. Ito yung mga naging sagot natin sa ating solution sa mga previous slides. So therefore, this graph confirms our solution and that solution set or the points of intersection are these 3 points. So that's it kung paano tayo gumamit ng elimination method sa pagsosolve ng systems of nonlinear equations. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.